the pleasure to be joined by Starboy Junaid Bostan. Junaid, only a few days away, English title fight Friday night, mate.
Yeah, 2 more days, ready to do my thing, perform under the lights. English title in London City, I think it's rather fitting and ready to put a good display on.
Definitely, mate. But obviously, we spoke about the fight a couple of weeks ago now, down at Steel City, so I want to try something different today.
Sit there.
No, make yourself comfortable, mate, don't worry about it. So, I want to take us all the way back. Do you remember the first time you walked into a boxing gym?
Yeah, the first time I walked into a boxing gym, I've definitely been in boxing gyms before that because my dad's mentioned it, but the first memory I do have of training was on my 6th birthday, and I walked into a boxing gym in Westgate, which is in Rotherham Town Centre, and you had to go underneath like this tunnel thing, you go up to the steps and you go into a little old gym, and that was my first time going to a boxing gym, yeah.
Definitely. Do you remember your first fight or first spar in that gym, or was that where you had
I can't remember my first spar because I was only a baby, and I was, to be fair, I was a bit like a gym whore. I was going from gym to gym to gym at that point. I was just going wherever my dad took me, but I definitely do remember my first fight. It was at Helliby Hall. Had a lot of people there. I was so nervous. I had the Mike Tyson haircut. The first round, I was rather nervous, timid. It was almost like a free throw, just throwing, and then I come to my senses the second round, and then comes the third round, I'm there doing the Ali shuffle and things like that. So I was almost showing what was to come down the line with my style, and you never forget your first fight, and it were good memories. If anything, I wish I could go back to it.
Definitely. I mean, at what point did you start training at Steel City with Grant, everyone?
I trained with Grant. I first joined Grant's gym the day before his birthday. I was 12 years old. It was funny enough, my dad didn't tell me that I was going to the gym until we got there, and I was distraught. I didn't want to train with him, if I'm honest with you. I weren't happy, nearly in tears. He was a very hardened man. He was very disciplined, very hard on me, and it was tough love, and I weren't really seeing it at first, but I was almost trying to prove myself to him. Obviously, 5 or 6 months later, I won my first national title with him, a stone lighter than what I came to him originally, and yeah, he moulded him into the fight I am today.
Definitely. You mentioned, by your admission, you're a bit of a gym whore, like, I don't know, going from gym to gym. At what moment did you realise that kind of the Steel City was the place that you were going to stay kind of for the rest of your career, essentially?
Because he was hard on me, and I was seeing improvements. And results were coming. I never knew about boxing for England until I came to Grant. I never knew about making weight until I came to Grant. And consequently, after joining the gym, 4 or 5 months later, I'm beating undefeated kids who were from renowned gyms like West Ham, gyms like that, Repton, and I was doing it relatively well. And I came out of the woodwork very quickly, and yeah, when you're winning national titles and you're competing for your country, the proof's in the pudding, and Grant had me from a very young age, so it was bigger than boxing. He'd take me when he was doing the kitchen fitting, he'd take me there and learning a bit of graft. I ain't got a day's graft in me, if I'm honest with you, but I did it with him anyways, and yeah, it was bigger than boxing, so like it was a figure where I almost had to like respect, and I needed authority, and he was one of them men.
Definitely. Talking about kind of things that are bigger than boxing, especially in the Steel City gym. I was speaking to Dalton about this last week, and also Sonny mentioned it to Oscar Bevis as well. Kind of the family environment that's in the gym. Obviously, you've got Grant and Dalton, obviously father and son, but by your own admission in previous interviews, Sinead, you kind of said, and you just said it there, kind of Grant is a sort of father figure to you as well.
Most definitely.
How important is that kind of family dynamic? I mean, especially for pushing you in your career.
Definitely. I mean, obviously, you've only got one father. However, Grant is like a father figure. I respect him as if he's my uncle. Like in my eyes, he's an uncle. Does that make sense? I'm almost like the second son. With how I was treating the gym and everything. Grant would probably say it. Dalton would say it off his own admission. I was almost the second son with how I was treated. I was treated rather similar to how Dalton was. But it was all for a purpose, and it's got to where I am now. Some days I didn't really see why I was getting treated like that, but in hindsight, it was all worth it. And more than everything, you don't want yes men around you, sugarcoating you and putting smoke up your ass. It keeps it very real with me. I don't need yes men around me, and Grant's definitely not one of them.
Definitely as well, Junaid. I know it's the day before weighing day, so I'll keep this short. Final one from me. Do you remember it might be an amateur fight, it might be a pro fight, but the fight that you learnt the most from?
from a sense of ability, technical things, or just everything?
Everything. You can pick two, maybe for different reasons, but
The one that stands out is obviously the America trip. Not necessarily the fight, but the trip. It almost opened my eyes up because ability can only get you so far. Having the right people in place, having the right structure, having the right discipline, your life outside of boxing all takes into the ring. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I'd be saying.
perfect. Junaid, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Best of luck Friday
So,
night.
nice one.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.